What's up guys, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Sasuke's Yin power or moon power. So this is like a close-up drawing of his rennigan eye with that moon on his hand, and the hand is super big. So this is like a forced perspective sort of thing with a big hand here and his head on this side. So the hand will be in this half, head in this half. So roughly half of the page will be hand and the other half will be his face. We are going to start with the face and then do the hand, right? So center point of my page is about here. Use pencils for these hip pose if I go too fast. When I move my hand, if you can't see, just pause, right? So here, come across. Head will be here, and its head is kind of tilted, right? So we're on a diagonal. So we're going to start with this big rennigan eye. Go. Curving over, right? And in Naruto they do this sort of spike at the back coming down this way, right? And we'll thicken this line up, but we'll just get the shape in first. So the bottom eyelid line, then across up to there. His other eye is closed and it's kind of half hidden behind his hair, so you can't really see much of it. So we'll just thicken up this line because in anime they do like to make the top eyelid line a little bit darker or heavier than the rest. Right, so you just want to thicken it up a bit. Sometimes there's like a little spike that sticks off the front as well. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Okay, so a rennigan in here then. So it's pretty tricky to draw the rennigan because there's lots of circles. His pupil in the middle, right? And then he sort of has an iris, but not really. But we'll do our best. So it's like a circle. But this is like just the first circle of the rennigan, basically. So it's like he has an iris, right? Then we got other circles coming around, and I'll kind of just sketch them in maybe lightly at first, right? So we'll just go mark them out, like where they are. And in fairness, in the image, they are kind of sketched in lightly. They're not sort of perfectly drawn in either. And then another one just sort of here. And this goes behind his hair, so we can't see them all. So his rennigan has, I'll get in the dots and we'll sort of smooth up some of these lines. So 1, 3 around the center. So 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more. They're kind of, so it's kind of like in a triangle. So one sort of here, another one over here, and then one more down here. And then these are like little commas, so they have, it's a symbol that's on Naruto's clothing as well. So these little spikes just have these little sort of tails coming off them down there, right? And then you can add a bit more assuredness to, or like smoothness to these sort of rennigan lines then, if you want. Okay. And the rennigan can be hard. Like some people might like to use a compass or something to keep them perfectly circular, but you don't have to. And then his eyebrow, so a check mark or a tick, just nearly touching his eye because he's frowning real heavy. This again disappears underneath his hair, but we'll draw it in. And it comes back down and gets thicker closer to the nose. And Sasuke's eyebrows are usually black. Eyelid line. And there is actually a little one around his like bottom as well. And he's frowning pretty heavy, so we'll give him like a frown line here. And like on his nose too. Now we can't really see his other eye. So I'll do nose first, and we can see a little bit of it, but we'll get the nose in. Like so, nostril there. And I guess if we were to imagine, so his other eye is closed, right? So I guess we got to draw it in a little bit, so because we need to be able to see some of it underneath his hair, right? So we just thicken this closed eye up because he's doing like a powerful rennigan thing. So it's just an eyelash shape, right? And you got like little eyelid lines for a closed eye, just there. And then the eyebrow sort of comes off from the nose, so you got this sort of check mark, and it disappears sort of underneath his hair back here. But I imagine if we were drawing it all in, it would be something like this. And we'll color it black just to keep it consistent with the other side. Maybe a frown there as well. Now most of this will be covered, so don't worry too much about it, you know. But it is useful sometimes to draw these things in and draw over them rather than, you know, trying to draw in between and stuff. Sometimes I do both, but sometimes this is easier. So that's his eyes and his nose. So mouth. So mouth open screaming. Close it first. Right, and then we'll open the side of it. Kind of curves around. Back up. See teeth on top. And then teeth and tongue on the bottom. Very simply sort of drawn in like that. And you can just see some teeth on the side of his mouth there. Bottom lip line. Sorry. There. And chin, so diagonal, so just here. So we're on this diagonal sort of line, and we're in 3/4 a little bit. So like this side of his face is about half the size. So like this area from the nose to the edge of the eyebrow, that'll like go across here once, twice. See? So 3/4. 1/4 is missing because it's turned away, we can't see it. So that means we see jaw on this side and cheek on this side. So you have a jawline first, going up that way. Cheekbone on this side, so it kind of like dips in a little bit and then goes out. And your cheekbone goes right up to underneath your eye there. And if we were keep going, we'd go into brow and out to forehead, but it's all hair. So speaking of hair, big spiky hair. So we go down and just start adding all these Uchiha type. This covers a good bit of his eye actually. Yeah, there. Now you could go further if you didn't want to like have to erase or color over stuff, but I'll just keep it authentic as I can. Just adding all these big long hair spikes that he has on the side, and then coming down here across his face, across the nose and the closed eye. And a long one then that comes down. Okay, and then there's one here. Like that. We can't see ears at all. So then we go kind of join them up, and some of these will go off the top of my page. A few more room, you could bring them to a big spike, but we just got to go up and around the back of his head then. And there's no sort of secret to this, you just got to get him. Hair moves, you know, so get him in roughly the right place. Like if you watch the anime, the hair moves in different directions and everything. Once it's sort of the general style of the character's hair, you should be okay. You could even do your own style hair if you wanted. Okay. That's his head. So we got to get sort of, we can see like his body and stuff and another arm sticking out here, but everything sort of in between that is connected up to this big hand, right? So, and it's like, it's ridiculously big. It's as big as his head. It's actually bigger than his head. So, and it's in this whole other half of my page, right? So, outstretched with the yin or moon symbol here. And like if you notice on your hands, you've got this W shape on the bottom where your wrist comes out. Boom, boom. Right? I think it's a good place to start. And it gives you a scale. Right, so look at this sort of W thing. That's like his sleeve or his wrist coming out there, right? And then the thumb down that way. So your thumb always joins this section, sort of when it's stretched out like that. Now crazy big, right? This is the thumb. So the scale of these things can throw some people off. So take your time and really try and get the width of it. So then this starts to go up this way. And these fingers will disappear sort of slightly off the top of my page as well. A bit of a bump for a knuckle. Another knuckle bump, and then it goes up that way, off the page, right? So the width of his finger, like here, right? And you have 3 segments on your fingers with lines in between, right? So that's like the first segment, and then the second segment there. And then this one sort of bumps and kind of goes off to the tip of his finger. Now, if you wanted, you could just curve that around sort of the top there and bring it back, but I'll do it like the image. It's kind of cut off. So another bump, knuckle, up that way. Maybe it bends a bit that way actually. And then this finger has another 3 segments. 1, 2. Yeah, this one sort of bends. Open off the page somewhere up there. Next one sort of sticks out more this way then. Okay, and then the little finger sort of just goes off here. And it joins the base of his hand. Like so. And that's the size of his hand, basically. And we have this moon symbol then inside here, right? So it kind of bumps around the hand a little bit, you know, because he got like wrinkles on his hand and stuff. So it doesn't have to be like a perfect circle or anything. Roughly like this. And then we have to connect this up to his body, right? So he's got like some sleeve up here, in behind the hand. Everything's sort of foreshortened, so that means it's like big and round, basically. So you just see these big curved lines. And then he has a collar. So we'll do like his outfit now. So big collar and some of his shoulder there. And then this collar comes down all the way just under his chin. And the other side joins it, kind of like a Y shape. And he's got a zipper. And then it's kind of bumping down there. And then, so he's got, it's that sort of big sort of thing that's tied with a rope. It's that sort of costume. It's like a big waistband, basically. Comes down there, and then his chest. And then that collar goes up underneath his chin. And the other side here. And then this goes down. Like that. Like a phone line or something there in his shirt. So there's some of this rope down here and another arm. So this will go across there, and then rope keeps bumping that way, and then rope here. So there, it's all these curved lines, right? So like the other side of the rope, like here, you can they kind of overlap one another. Like they're kind of tied together down here somewhere, you know. So you can just see these kind of bumpy lines, basically. You can't see much of anything else. Kind of goes around his waist, then here. Like it's kind of like overlapping two layers of them. And then, yeah, so then just like shirt sort of running down this way. Like the waistband is tying this gray thing and this blue thing like together, and then it's kind of like moving in the wind and all that, the energy and everything. So you can just see these curved lines at the back. And then the other arm, as I said, that sticks out over here. I'll probably zoom into this for you because it's quite small, because it's back from all this stuff. So if you force perspective, sort of moving everything back the way. And this wristband just here. And then the hand kind of comes out here. And it's just knuckles, right? So we can just see 1, 2, yeah, 4. So we go down, 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 right? And this comes down to here, and it seems to disappear behind his thumb. Right, and then skin folds in here is the easiest way to do this bit. You're kind of not drawing the finger, you're just drawing like the skin as it crunches up sort of onto itself, right? maybe like a thumbnail sort of line there a little bit. But I think that's it. And of course, like if you want, like you can do colorful purple energy and like direction lines. So like coming from that corner and then going like there and then like to here and then there, and then you fill in like the hands sort of a clock. So these will go around like, you know. And then dots and energy and anything you'd like. There he is. Sasuke Yin power. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.